Hey beta testers, I'm here again to make another little tutorial. This one's just going to be something fun and silly. I'm just going to make the letter O. Let's make this a better O though. I want like a nice thin O. Yeah, that's a cool one. I like that. Make it real big. And we're going to add in my solid, right? So this one is just going to be for fun. We're going to pre-compose this guy as well, so I can show some cool things that you can do with pre-composing. So we're going to hide that. We're going to go to our black solid, give it the, Voxel Buddy Pro treatment. We grab that O comp. And we'll move it back. So you can see we kind of, with the O, you get this kind of, how do I put it? Cylindrical tube kind of thing happening. We're going to change this to 1920. Oops, my number lock is off. Oh, and I realized that I wasn't recording my mouse last time. And we'll give you the 200% treatment. Okay. Voxel density. And just increase that and get some of this happening. Okay, now part of the reason I wanted to do this is because this gives us a tube, which is pretty neat. But also I want to do something neat with this. Let's do something really, really basic so you can see how neat this is. Let's add a stroke to this guy. I'll take that stroke, we'll give it like, I don't know. Let's give it a blue, make it real thick around the outside. And now when we are comping, let's use the original color from the item. See how now we have this white and blue in there? It's pretty neat. We're going to move this up a little bit just so I can do some more with it. We're going to play with a different one today. We're going to play with the wave. So the wave frequency, we need to add some variables to it, and we should probably rotate this, I don't know, 90. There we go. Look at that. It's a lot of waves to it. But now we got this cool wave tube that we can animate and do something interesting with. Let's see here. We'll set a key here, and we'll just give it like, 4. This thing actually moves pretty fast. So now if we like play this, well, maybe 4 is not enough. Did I not set the key for 4? Oh, I did. We'll go 20. Pardon me, still getting over a little cough. So we got this wave that's kind of happening now, right? It's pretty neat. And we can even do more with it. Let's increase this. Have a go. No. And now we have more waves. The reason why I wanted to do this, because you can see how where the potential for this is, and if we want to increase that cutoff so we don't see that repeat problem. What's going on here? Seems to be repeating forever, unless yeah, there we go. Now it has like a fade off. So we have the word no going crazy. And we can turn off that amplitude from the density to do some cool things. I don't know. This is just something I'm playing with. This isn't anything real. Amplitude. Something weird. Maybe we need, I think the frequency can be lower. Now we're getting this ghostly now. Maybe we can zoom this in a little bit. It's a little far away for no reason. Yeah, we'll bring it back down. And maybe rotate this a little bit so it's a little, I don't know. I'm just playing. This is the kind of thing that I'm hoping you guys do as you play with this plugin. Because now we have this neat background drop of a word that doesn't really help anything, but it's a stylized look that stacks up pretty quickly. Let's just let it buffer out. And I'm going to show you how we can make this fade in and out without having to do anything from inside this plugin. So we got this cool little smoky deal. Let's go into this comp and we'll do something ridiculous. Let's do a little, well, not ridiculous. Let's do a transition. We'll just do a linear wipe. Nothing crazy. Look at that. Look at this stuff. We'll soften it, and say from here to here, 0. Oh, actually 100. It gets over here, and we're like 0. And now we have this transition point of it coming in. And I know it's kind of doing a hard edge to this. Whatever. But we can make this word come in all cool like that in our transition. Because notice how it's working from that layer to build out our swirly no. Let's see, what else can we do that might make this more fun? I'm literally just playing with this. You guys can do whatever you want. We could also add in, I think noise is fun, but it's really not necessary in this one. I'm just kind of having, let's do a twist. A little tiny twist to it. And a twist offset. Let's see how this affects the now. I don't really feel like this is necessary. I feel like it's neat back at this point. We could do some more. Hang on, let's go back to 10. We're not 10. And go like 1. Okay, well, I'm forgetting how far this needs to go to get to something. Oh, wow. Maybe at about 0.01 is a pretty good twist. But we can rotate the twist and make it all jello-y as well. So we can add some dynamicness to this. So we can say, let's just add that in here and go here and be like 0. And now it's got more of a dynamic twist going on as it fades in. That looks pretty cool. And as you're seeing, we're seeing the stepping here. If we want to, remove some of that, we can increase the steps a little bit. Or this is an even easier way. We go to this comp, go Effect, Blur. All right, Blur. We're going to do just a fast blur is good. Here we go. A little in there. Oh, it is not repeating with this. So let's pre-compose this because I'm realizing that stroke is making it crazy. All right. We'll go back to here and we'll add that effect, fast box blur, and blur that up a little bit. And now all that gets nice and smoothed out. And we get our smooth smoked no, smoothing around, making some cool jazz, right? I don't know, what else can we do? If we look at this on the nothing, if we wanted to get that shadow mix in there, I don't really want to do that. we can dense it up. And now we have no really getting weird and funky. I like it being all gas-like brightness. Ooh, let's do that over black. I think it looks neater over black when you do that. Wow. We could also, let's add some other effects on top of this. Let's generate, you know what I've never tried? I think this might be a fun one for today. Let's do like find edges. I have never tried find edges on this. Oh, it is not doing anything interesting. Yeah, this is dumb. All right, let's try a different one. I know you guys don't have my chromatic blur, but it's a pretty cool one. No. All right. Well, it's because I'm in a different depth mat. Let's put this back to 8. Okay. Now we've taken this and we've put my chromatic blur on here. So what this does, which is kind of a neat one, is it literally just does a chromatic aberration, but it does it in the blur, so you can increase the intensity, and it gets really crazy. And I can spread out the RGB a little further, as well as the glow radius here does the same thing. So as you see, it's getting a little on both sides. Oh, there it goes. Now it's really getting intense. But this isn't really what this tutorial is all about right now. We're going to bring this intensity down. It doesn't need to be that nuts. We're making a ghostly aberration. Yeah, this was kind of dumb. All right. Let's stylize rough edges. And sharpness. Ooh, we're getting some chunky junk. Spreading it out. Turbulence. Let's see if this. Yeah, this looks stupid. All right, whatever. As you can see, I'm just playing around with this one today, just making a swivel now. You could do something more with this if you feel like playing around with it, but I figure let's just play a little with that for right now. I have had one idea that I think I'd like to try. It'll be a different comp though. Maybe I'll save it for another day, but this was kind of neat. I don't know. Woo! We can. Yeah, let's throw in some. Let's just do a noise because I like making noise and really large. Wow. And let's rotate it. There we go. Now we got more cool psychedelic wave tubulars happen. Righteous. So, make some cool psychedelic smoke. We can add more colors to that one too. Hang on, let's see this. Let's go to the comp O here. Let's add a Let's add a we could throw a lens flare on top of this. No, that's not really working. Could add in a lens flare here though. Make it more psychedelic. I don't know. I imagine some jellyfish wouldn't be too bad behind here. Let's throw in a solid. Let's just get some other color back there besides black. I keep putting black in the background. I'm sure you guys are like, come on, man, there's cooler colors. Yeah, let's just do a generate gradient. For color gradient. Ooh. No, that's ugly. Generate just a regular gradient. Gradient ramp. And we'll make it like it's the deep blue sea. This one can be Boom. I will move the points for these guys. So it feels more dynamic. Look at that. We're making some, I don't know, something. We're just using some words to make some experimental background junk. Kind of neat, though, if you think about it. Yeah, maybe this one will be one that, if you're just trying to come up with a background for like a segment animation of an unknown TV show, this could be kind of cool. Or one about jellyfish, and we could like tone this down, transparency, just kind of like tone it down to like something light. We can also duplicate it up, right? And we'll also choose back the O again. And transparency. Let's bring this one up. There we go. Pulling in the saturation, or actually I kind of like that color burst. Let's see if we can add a layer new. Pardon me again. Let's add in a new adjustment layer effect, and we'll grab the color. I just want to do like, exposure. Let's really bring this up. There we go. Some cool stuff here. You know what? Sometimes I feel like when I'm doing all this stuff, what I'm missing out on the most is the fact that this is 3D. So we're going to pull that up. I'm doing a tutorial. I'll be right there, baby. And we can do something like this. We'll set a key here. And we'll go right there. And we'll go, oof. So that way people feel it as it's changing. You really get that 3D feeling in there. I don't know. This is just something abstract for today, We'll play around more when I make a tutorial for tomorrow, but this is today's play. I hope you guys had a fun time learning, and maybe you gained something from this, maybe you didn't, but good luck, and let me see what you're making with your beta test. I'd love to see any tests you do. All right, thank you. Bye.